Hello, beautiful. Let's talk all things salicylic acid today and why I think it's an ingredient that is probably under your radar and will help you get better results at home, regardless of what type of salicylic acid it is. I did a post a few days ago about salicylic and we got a lot of questions about it. Should I be using it? I thought it was for acne. My skin is dry. Should I be using it? So let me just kind of talk a little bit about why I love using salicylic acid, how once I started using salicylic acid the way that I use it now, it changed the results on my clients like dramatically because it allowed further penetration of other ingredients that I applied after the skin, which I did learn from the philosophy of Obagi. So, years ago when I was trained under a doctor and learning medical aesthetics, I learned from Obagi the original formula and their training and their techniques of why they liked salicylic acid and how they use it to get things to penetrate deeper into the skin. And so then I just started testing that and seeing, and I noticed immediately a dramatic result. So here's the thing, all of you want your products to get in deeper into your skin, right? That's why you're derma rolling, you're using these devices, you're kind of, obsessed like all of us with how do we get products to work better, right? Well, the way that products do end up working better is that you need to help them out by removing a lot of the dead skin buildup or the oil that's being produced on the surface of the skin. So when you have a lot of oiliness on the skin, a lot of people think oil is what allows you to age better, and that's not necessarily true. I could do a whole video on what that is. It's not oil, although the lubrication of sebum or lipid on the skin, oil, does help somewhat to help with anti-aging a little bit. It actually can cause more harm than good having oily skin, and here's why. Because your skin naturally exfoliates every 30 to 60 days, depending on your age though, depending on if you've had a lot of sun damage, depending if you've hurt your skin so bad that you've damaged the DNA in the skin, depending on hormones, medications you're on. All of those things kind of contribute to the quality of the skin that you have now. And all of those things also kind of can slow down that natural exfoliation process that happens in the basal layer of the skin, which produces a keratinocyte that goes up to the surface and keeps coming up, and before it dies off and becomes a corneal site. And that is what we call the stranium corneum. So if you have this oily, waxy, dull appearance on the surface of your skin, your skin is slowing down its natural exfoliation process that occurs every 30 to 60 days or maybe even longer. So if you minimize the oil and prevent an over amount of oil production, what that will do is it will start to regulate your own oil and water even in the skin, because more oil produces more oil, because the top layer, oh my God, I just lost it. But anyway, so when you remove a lot of the oil, what ends up happening is you actually start to allow the skin to kind of regulate itself a little bit. And then you also, because you've removed a lot of the oil, now when you use your normal skincare, one, they won't neutralize. A lot of acidic products neutralize with oil. So if you have a lot of oil in your follicle and on the surface of your skin, your expensive product that you just put on your skin isn't going to really penetrate because the oil is blocking it, because oil neutralizes a lot of active ingredients, especially like alpha hydroxy acid. So you want to find that perfect balance, and salicylic acid is the most genius way to do that because it's a beta hydroxy acid, so it exfoliates the top layer, it controls oil, it regulates oil so it prevents future overproduction of oil, it helps with redness, it helps with inflammation, it's also an antiseptic, it helps with the P. acnes bacteria in the skin. All of those things are really important for most skin types. And also for anti-aging skincare, because if you're trying to use like a retinoid or a vitamin C serum or something expensive like a peptide or something from a brand and you aren't really seeing the results, it could very well be that you need to degunk and clean out that follicle, which is the pore, because the salicylic acid will dissolve that follicle or the oil in that follicle. And then when you put the ingredient on your skin afterwards, now it can just go in there. It's not going to be neutralized. It's not going to be rejected by the oil, so to speak. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. So if you are having beautiful results now with your current regimen, no, you don't need to add salicylic. You don't need to be adding more crap to your face if you're already happy, if you're already getting great results. My job is to teach you how to get the most bang for your buck, regardless if it's from my line. and to maybe take it to the next level, especially right now because you're at home and you're probably stressed a little and your skin might be looking like it's had a moment, right? It's in quarantine, girl. So, you know, salicylic acid would be great to add to your regimen that you would apply to your skin before you apply the main agent or ingredient that you want to get in deeper, even if it's benzoyl peroxide or retin-A or retinol. And I know people have been asking, can I use retin-A, retinol? Hey, listen, if you're using retin-A, ask your doctor. That's what they're there for. I don't know, I'm not prescribing it to you, I'm not a doctor. Retin-A is a medicine for a reason. It needs to be controlled, it needs to be monitored, and you know, we use salicylic acid and then put retinol over on our client almost always. Because we want that retinol to get into the skin. So if you are older and your skin is really dry and flaky, then no, probably you shouldn't be using salicylic acid right now. But you want to get to the cause of why you're getting dry and flaky. The skin is not naturally dry and flaky. Okay, like that's not a natural skin type, dry and flaky. And yes, some people do produce less oil in the skin, so they can have they can be more prone to dry and flaky skin, but you can control that and you can prevent that and you can make the skin become more hydrated and moisturized. And that should be always your goal, is whatever concern you're dealing with now, get to the cause of what it is, what's causing that. Sometimes the dryness is from just weather, or it's from overly using a lot of products, exfoliating like crazy, using all these insane masks, using drying or clay mask and all these things that really aren't necessary for your skin type. So but if you have oily skin, acne-prone skin, you're prone to blemishes, you become oily, say, 3 hours after you cleanse your skin, now, then you may be the perfect person who could benefit from salicylic acid, regardless of really the brand. And you would start using that on your skin every single day prior to whatever else you want to penetrate into your skin. And usually salicylic acid is now formulated. I've noticed a couple brands like The Ordinary is putting it with, I believe, hyaluronic. So you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 there with some hydration and the salicylic. So you're cleaning out the pore, plus you're getting hydration. That's really smart for a product, for a company to put those types of ingredients sometimes in the salicylic, because the salicylic acid can cause that exfoliation. It's cherolytic, so it, you know, causes the shedding of that dead skin. So if you have questions about salicylic, how you might think or how you might want to include it in your regimen, please ask them here below. But I think that, you know, the results that I've gotten from my clients dramatically changed when I started using salicylic acid. Our salicylic acid treatment, which was the blemish and breakout, we literally use this so we can use this up to 6 times in a service, because we lay this down every single time we want to strip the skin of all oil to allow whatever else, even a mask, to penetrate. So we're obsessively using this throughout the facial or peel all the time, because it's another layer of exfoliation. It's a little bit more dissolving of the oil to get anything to penetrate. It's making the skin just look flawless in the middle of the service. And so I think that if you're not using salicylic now, and especially if you're at home thinking of like what you can do to kind of take your skin to the next level with like doing your own little professional treatment at home, if you guys want me to show you that, let me know. Like how to kind of do a safe professional type of treatment at home. I think it's only fair that I teach you that if you want that, because you can't come see us or other professionals right now. So anyway, I'm rambling now, but I hope you have a beautiful day. Ask all questions about salicylic acid below, and I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.